Hey guys, welcome back to the Watches and Giggles channel. I'm Chris from Chicago. First off, as always, everyone, thank you so much for joining me today. If you're new to the channel, welcome. Thank you for stopping by. And if you're returning, thank you so much for coming back. I do appreciate it. All right. Yeah, I know it's been a little bit. I haven't made a video for a while. Been busy. For those of you that watch this channel regularly, you'll know that I just had a baby 2 months ago, actually. Just had a 2-month appointment the other day, but been busy with that and been busy with work. So haven't had a lot of time to post vids, unfortunately. But, you know, I do this for fun, guys. This isn't my living, but I do like to share my passion with you guys. So I love making these vids. And today we're going to talk about a few things. We're going to catch up with what's been going on with me. First, I got a new bracelet for my Omega Speedmaster, the 1861. We're going to get into that. I finally received my Rolex Sea Dweller back from service. Yay. So I got that guy back. And we're going to touch on my authorized dealer no longer selling Rolex watches at one of their locations. So we're going to get into all of that. But before we do, guys, we'll see what I'm wearing. And today I have on my 1861. That's right. This is not the new 3861, but I do have the bracelet on it. So yeah, we're going to get into that in just a moment, guys. So very, very excited about that. Let's take it off the wrist. And let's take a look. So yeah, this is the 1861 and the 3861 bracelet fits it beautifully. You can see the dial here, no dot above 90 and no stepped out. So this is indeed the 1861. I think it makes this watch very, very wearable. Didn't like the other bracelet. You'll see, if I can get it to focus properly, there is a little bit of a gap down here. And if you look at sides of the lugs right there, so it's not a perfect fit. See over there too, so you can see, there we go, there's a good angle of it. So you can see it doesn't fit the lugs perfectly, but it does make it much, much more enjoyable to wear. I kind of like, this is me just being silly, but if you look at the clasp with the little extension out, you can see I have it put all the way out, but it kind of looks like a little spaceman. You got the wonderful applied Omega logo there. Kind of looks like two arms there, and then down here it kind of looks like legs and feet. So it kind of looks, I don't know, that's just me being a little silly, but it kind of looks cool. I kind of like that. But it makes this watch so enjoyable to wear. I will say the bracelet is a little jingly jangly. It kind of feels, you can see a lot of play. I don't know how it's going to hold up over time. Years down the road, but yeah, you can see a lot of play in it. But it does remind me of the Rolex bracelets of the 80s, the Jubilee, and it's not as nice as the new Rolex Jubilee, as I do have the Bruce Wayne or the Batgirl, the Batman, whatever you guys want to call it, but I'm going to call it the Bruce Wayne, and that bracelet is much more substantial. But if you guys are thinking to purchase this watch or purchase this bracelet for the watch, love the watch and love the new bracelet. I paid directly from Omega. You can order it. $680 with tax and shipping, came out to about $733 for this bracelet. Is it expensive? Yes. Is it worth it in my opinion? 100% yes. Again, guys, not a perfect fit, but I think it makes this watch wear magnificent. So over the moon with it, pun intended, but kind of makes you fall in love with the 1861 all over again. So just giving you guys some looks at it, what it looks like on there. But beautiful watch, highly recommend it. Now we'll move on to my Rolex Sea Dweller SD43, the red line. So this watch was running, oh man, 15 to 30 seconds slow per day, and took about not too long, a couple months to get it back. You do get this wonderful service pouch from Rolex, which is really cool, and I enjoy it. But this watch was running really, really slow, and I guess it's a common problem with this movement. And it is in the new sub as well, the new 41 millimeter sub. And it was running really slow. And this is a 2019 watch. It has come back from service. It is running within specifications. It's running fast now. So that's great. I'd rather have a watch run fast than slow, in my opinion. Get it on the wrist here. This is my favorite watch in my collection. Absolutely love this watch. And I have a 7.5-inch wrist, so, you know, fits me beautifully and looks nice. It is a chunky monkey, but for those of you with larger wrists, I mean, this is the ultimate diver in my opinion. Wears a little better than the James Cameron or the Deep Sea. Not as big, doesn't sit as high. This 43 millimeter stunner. Love this watch. This is definitely my favorite watch. So happy that I got it back from my authorized dealer. Now, to talk about my authorized dealer, unfortunately, at the location that I have shopped at for years, a Halstead location in Chicago, James & Sons, they are no longer selling Rolex watches at that location. Now, before we get into that, I want to say there's a little misconception that there are a lot of authorized dealers in the city of Chicago. And I'm talking the city of Chicago proper, okay? There's not. There's only 3. You have the boutique, the Rolex boutique on Michigan Avenue. You have another authorized dealer, a big box one, Rancy Jewelers on Oak Street. And then you had James & Sons on Halstead, which is actually in the city of Chicago. There are a lot of authorized dealers, in the Chicagoland area, but not in the city of Chicago proper. There are actually only 3. That is correct. And from what I was told, unfortunately, at that location, they will no longer be selling Rolex and probably moving on from that store, from that location, as a lot of you might not know, but for smaller ADs, Rolex sales make up a large percent of their margin, their profit. Usually between 50 and 75% of their sales are Rolex watches. So losing the ability to sell Rolex at that location is a big bummer, and it's going to hurt them immensely for that store location. Now, they have other locations, I believe one in Orland Park in Illinois, which another YouTuber shops at, and one in Indiana. And now they're not getting shut down completely at this location. They are able to move this location to Naperville, Illinois, which is about, for me, it's going to be a little bit of a bummer because it's about an hour, maybe an hour and a half in a way, depending on traffic. So it's going to make it a lot further. But speculating a little bit here, but when talking with the manager at the store, it looks like Rolex, at least in Chicago, might be trying to get it down to only one authorized place to buy Rolex, and that is the boutique on Michigan Avenue. Rancy Jewelers is still selling Rolex on Oak Street. I had bought a watch from them long time ago, but great location as well. Great friendly people. I don't know if they're going to lose their ability to sell Rolex at some point, but looks like down the road, and for other states as well, and just in general, Rolex is eliminating some authorized dealers, which is pretty crazy and only going to drive the market more chaotic and more hectic if there's less places to buy Rolex, which is apparently what Rolex wants. I mean, I don't know. It's already really hard to get any Steel Sports professional models. My advice to you guys is, enjoy what you have if you have any. If you're trying to get a Rolex sports models, it is really hard right now, harder than it's ever been in my lifetime, that's for sure. And it's just a bummer that it's getting to this point. Secondary prices are going crazy, and yeah, it sucks. So if you got Rolex watches, just enjoy them now, guys, because it's going to get harder and harder to get them, and just enjoy what you have. But that's going to do it for today's video, guys. Just wanted to catch up with you a little bit, what's been going on in my life and my collection, and I'll talk to you guys soon. Take care, guys.